it was mad how many people go to like, and we spoke about this on here, but it's mad how many people go to like uni, or they're looking to try and inspire to be something. Like there's one who done like music engineering, sound engineering as well, but he was in Bristol or somewhere like that. But like the program's basically consisting of young people. We have to say they're young now. We're not even young anymore. We're like, I mean, so the 20-year-olds, the postgrads, or whatever you call them now, the newly out of whatever uni, um, all of them trying to live in like Bristol or Birmingham or London, and the price of their rent is mental. Like this one guy's just trying to be an artist, he's trying to get himself off the ground. Do you know what I mean? He's put himself through uni, and his rent's gone up by like from like 650 to like 111, something stupid. It's like hiked up. So it's just sad, man. Like people who got talents, you know what I mean? They got skill, and they can't even like make ends meet. They're having to beg, borrow, steal, or whatever, just to make it through the week. But they've got like a really good talent. Mad. Good
Yeah,
program, though.
it's a hard one. No, it sounds decent. You know me anyway. When obviously I get to a place that's got BBC, I have to give it a watch. But on a serious note, with that, it's crazy because you're getting less and less people able to follow their dream
Yeah, yeah.
because of finances. I know people might say, "Oh, it's a bit easier because you've got social media and TikTok and all of that stuff." But it's a shame because it's a real hard decision to decide whether to pursue your dream or not. And I say it's not like the olden days because obviously I have olden days now on it, but whereas before you think I could drop out for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, do a thing, and then if it don't work, I can try and get a job in, and no, with no disrespect, but trying, Pizza Hut or
Yeah, yeah.
Sainsbury's or Argos or something. I can do that for a bit and then dip back out. Whereas now you can't even afford to do those things, let alone try and do, something that you really care about. And then where are you in it? Like, you don't even have time to do it even as a hobby. So sad.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. And you're right. I think a lot of the time as well, people, they tend to switch their profession or their preferred profession. They want to try and do, it becomes a hobby, then they don't even get time to do that. Um, it's mad because I was speaking to like a couple of photographers that were trying to be professional photographers, and now it's just a hobby to them. They've had to pick up, um, like they've had to shut down or wind down their business technically, even though it didn't really get off the ground. And then they've had to go out and get a job that's just a regular job for them, just because they haven't got any other ways of trying to pursue their dream. Yeah, it's not good, man. Not at all. Not at all.
Do you think it's worthwhile? It's kind of a personal question, but also generally, do you think it's worthwhile trying to pursue your dream, almost like fuck the consequences, or do you think maybe I'm thinking about if you had a friend who you thought was talented, but they were trying they were going into a field that was just mad saturated, like music's a good one, for example.
Mm.
Do you think it's still in these days worthwhile trying to pursue that dream, or do you think we're in times now where it's like, listen, you just need to be practical and
Mm.
just get a job that you know is going to pay?
It depends what you want out of it. I think if you want to be the one that's like an Adele and she's selling millions and selling out stadiums, then you gotta have a mad talent and something that is different to what's out there. Because there's 25 Adeles that I can pull up now and show you, and they're probably just as good as Adele. So I think if you've got something that's different, then you're all right. Or if you've got like a little niche market that, or something that you can just is different, then you're all right. If you just want to be in the music because you love music, like Manga, the grime MC, he's just in music because you can tell he just loves grime music. He just loves being an MC. He just wants to go to this event, spit his bars, go to that one, do the same, and go home. He doesn't care about like number ones and fame and all the rest of it. He just wants to. So I think it depends what you want out of it. If you does it so. both is correct, I suppose. You can want to follow your dream and be Adele, or you can just be Manga and be happy and just, do you know what I mean? Enjoy life. So I think the answer to that is yes, but it also depends. You've got to have a realistic goal that you're trying to achieve. Don't be thinking you're Manga and then you're going to be living like Jay-Z in 5 years, because the road from A to Z is not that quick, and it's complicated in music. But yeah, I'd push anyone to follow their dream. Why not? You only live once, and I suppose the only thing I would say to someone, the younger me, is make sure you've got loads of things you can fall back on. Because if your dream don't work, you need something. You need something. Because if you haven't got something, you got to do the whole legwork of getting something, a skill, a trade, later on in life, man. And that's the hardest thing if you're having to work and do that at the same time as well. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think I'd like to think that I'd always encourage someone to follow their dream, even if they were average. Even if they're not going to be elite or whatever. And the only, I don't know, I say only, I think it's still a big achievement. But let's
Mm.
say they're going to play at pubs, and bars, just the odd bar, and that's the peak. I'd like to think that I'd still encourage someone to just go and do that and be happy. I think I'll just be mindful of anything else that's going on in their life. So obviously, if I don't know, you come to me and say, "Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna be a country like rock singer or something like that," and I know you can't sing, and I'm thinking, don't know, cause like you got kids and it's a bit mad,
What,
but
not even with
I still
AI?
like to think I'd
Just sprinkle a bit of AI on top of it. Man, just
be auto
a
tune.
little auto tune AI the country music, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Um. So yeah, but I'd like to think that anyone I think particularly anyone who's young anyway, but if they've got a dream, even if they're not going to be the best at it, that they can still go and pursue it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I think a lot of people that I've spoken to, where they try to pursue something, it's not really worked, but they're glad they did it. It's an experience in itself. Some people don't get anywhere close to it, but they can say that they've done it, and it's a personal achievement. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to think that I would, but yeah, obviously it depends on if things are going to be a bit mad for them. Then I might just say, listen, do that next year. Go stack some peas first.
That's
Yeah,
the key thing, man. In this day and age, you gotta have the financial backing of yourself, not other people to back you. You gotta back yourself financially, and that's the best way. Going back to the music thing now, that's the best way to do it. Self fund yourself. That's what Manga does. Manga's not got no label, nothing like that, and he's probably got a better, I was gonna say a better audience. I don't mean that, but a better following than some of the people that are under a label and have PR marketing teams looking after them and all that stuff. He's probably got a better following. Like same with JME, them man haven't got labels and all that. So, they fund themselves and all that. It's hard work getting off the ground. It's all in good someone saying, oh, go and get yourself 20K so you can put yourself on and do whatever and put all your events on. But you start off small, do the Damon Dash. I like to call it the Damon Dash model, where he says like you've got like a t-shirt for $50, you sell that for 100, you buy two more and do that and and you start growing. That's just it. That's how you do it, man. Just before we wrap up, I wanted to ask your opinion dead quick on the World Cup, the next World Cup. Do you know where it is?
he's in Mexico and US now.
Correct. What do you think happened today again? I'm not smiling because this happened, by the way. I'm just asking you a question.
No, you know what? The last thing I read in the news was the NHS pay rise because obviously you had to keep an eye on that.
Man
But
said that.
no, speak around here. But
Nah,
no, I haven't seen still.
so there was a mass shooting again. I think in
Oh, I
Colorado.
actually guessed.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was in Colorado or somewhere like that. And oh, sorry, Atlanta. And they basically shut up a hospital. So I think,
Oh wow.
yeah. So my reason for asking all that to say this is, I wonder if there's going to be outrage as much as there was about the Qatar World Cup, when there's millions of people going to be watching this World Cup, there's hundreds of people dying every year in America, mass shootings. I wonder if anyone's going to say anything, because it'd be interesting, won't it, if anyone speaks up about it. Will they? No, they won't, but they should. If your morals are right as they were for Qatar, then America should be the same, no?
No, it's facts. I mean, I feel like there'll be a couple of articles, probably things like The Athletic and probably BBC and maybe The Guardian and stuff like that. But I don't, I don't, I don't think people can be bothered anymore. Especially because the gun issue is such a divisive issue, and even with and I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure they changed an abortion law not that long ago as well. A lot of states.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna go on record and say exactly what it was, but it was a bit. It was a very extreme change, regardless of whatever your thoughts are on abortion. It was a big change that has impacted a lot of people without much consultation, from what I gather. So again, I'm thinking about people are up in arms about women's rights in Qatar and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Are these same people going to be talking, even if whether you agree with abortion or not, about women's rights? Because this is women's rights from my perspective, or anyone that can give birth to a child. Are we going to be talking about this? Probably not. And there's not going to be protests. People ain't going to. I mean, no one boycotted Qatar anyway. But
No, but you know the noise that was around it, and people wearing armbands and stuff and all that. I don't want to call it nonsense, but you know what I'm saying, like all that kind of noise that was around the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was being
yeah.
hypocritical, sitting in the same stadiums they were talking about that no one should be in. They were in there talking about it. I want to see if they do that for America, because they got. I mean, their murder rate must be through the roof. I can't remember how many mass shootings they've had so far this year, and we're not even halfway through the year yet. So I want to see that same energy. I don't want to see it, but we have to see it, because people are getting onto these Qataris for something, and it all came down to money, really, when we talk about it. But different topic for a different day, man. Different topic for a different
Oh
day.
no, I'm 100%. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But when's that? Say 3 years.
The World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 years, man. We gotta see what Chelsea's saying in them 3 years, man. I might be still watching my team in the Vanarama League, whatever it's called. By then, you know what I'm saying? Free fall, man. Crazy. I'm not even gonna talk Chelsea, man. I can't.
Going to Harrogate and Sutton and
Bromley,
Aldershot.
and all in fact, Bromley probably be in League One by then. Championship thing. Yeah, so I can't even talk football because I can't. I'm hurt, man. That game last night hurt me. And anyone who's into football, if you follow Chelsea or just the Premier League, you'll know how bad Chelsea season's been this year. So I can't even talk. I can't even talk about the game. I spoke about it on my channel earlier. So
You're done on that.
yeah, I had to do that though. I have to get them out. They're like therapy sessions, cause honestly, I have to get them out. But what's the episode? Is this 8? Episode 8, man.
I'm gonna go for 8. Nice round number.
8, man. It's a wrap. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the links in the description as well, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, because the subs are not going up on YouTube. So make sure I know there's people watching the videos. Make sure you hit the notification and the subscribe button if you can, please. Thank you very much. We'll be back next week with another episode.